Hey guys, LordOfPondtail here with another video for Rise of Empires, Ice and Fire. Today it's another season hero guide and we are going to be looking at the first of the S4s that I've had a chance to look at in this series of guides on the heroes. And the first S4 that we're looking at today is Desert Storm. Desert Storm is a Footman hero. He's a ranged hero. You're going to want to put him on your back row for sure. And let's have a look at what he has got in his arsenal of skills. So of course skill 1 is the normal dictator skill. Leadership skill will increase your maximum marching capacity by 23,100 for your troops. On his second skill, Endless Scorched Earth, it's a prep skill, but it preps basically before the battle. And as you can see, its effective range is 5, so if you put him on the back row, it will reach all 3 of the random enemy squads. And it will target all 3 of the random enemy squads. So another one of these rare skills that will actually affect all 3 of the opponent's squads. And then let's have a read of this. On turn 1, 3 and 5, have all enemy squads entered first the Cursed status on turn 1, Burning status on turn 3, Poison status on turn 5, dealing 15%, 20% and 25% damage on corresponding turns lasting till the end of the battle. Now this maxes up to 24%, 29% and 34% damage. What does that mean? Well, from turn 1, this skill will put all of the enemy squads in the curse status. That causes them additional damage from skill-based attacks from your other heroes in the squad. Third, from turn 3, they'll enter the Burning status. Again, this will just deal damage to them. And then Poisoned, again, Desert Storm is the only hero that has this Poisoned ability, and that will take damage from them as well. And that starts from the 5th turn. And as you can see, lasting till the end of the battle. So this is guaranteed to happen, and it will have multiple implications. Yes, okay, you're not talking about large percentages here, guys. As you've seen before, you know, we've seen skills that give up to several hundred percent damage. So these individually are not a lot, but if you scale it up, and the fact that most of them are happening, well, they're all happening for half of the battle, and one of them is happening for the whole of the battle. So it does add up. It does add up. And of course, it's guaranteed, which, as we always say, that's having a guaranteed skill is really key. Third and fourth skills, of course, are the defensive formation between 5 and 50% resistance for the troops in his squad, and skill 4, offensive formation between 5 and 50% bonus might for the troops in his squad. Let's have a look at his 5th skill, Mobilized Troop, effective range 3. It's a prep skill again, and it is going to target 2 random friendly squads within effective range. This is effectively guaranteed as long as you don't have another hero that could interrupt a prep skill against you. And on the beginning of turn 5, 2 random friendly squads will recover between 32.5% and a maximum of 84% recovery rate of the troops that have been killed or injured in that round. So for half the battle, Desert Storm is recovering troops in 2 of your squads for you. So it's an excellent skill, excellent second individual skill to have. Skill 6, the Awaken skill, as usual, it's going to give the 250% bonus to the leadership skills, and he'll also buff the resistance and, again, rarely, and this is a big increase, 15% HP for the troops in that back row. So that's a big increase in HP. So the higher the HP, the more damage they can take. 7th skill is, again, one of the rarer ones. It's the defensive order. So this will give between 13% and 40% bonus resistance to the troops in your hero's legion, all 3 squads in the legion. Obviously, Footmen are generally used for a defensive element, so the more resistance they have, the more damage they can take from the more offensive, like archer or cavalry legions that they may face. So that's a very good skill to have again. And now the 8th skill, Sandstorm. Effective range is 5. It's a combat skill. It will target only one random enemy squad within effective range. But it's a 100% chance to deal up to a maximum of 243% damage, guys, to an enemy squad within range. So it can hit any 3 of your opponent's squads. Interrupting channeling skills. What does that mean? That means that whichever squad this skill targets on each round, it will stop. If the hero in that squad has prep skills activated, you know, we've seen them many times: 1 turn prep, 2 turn prep, 1 turn prep, etc. Desert Storm is the only hero in the game that can stop those skills. So if this, as I say, if this skill targets your opponent's squad who has a hero that has a prep skill activated and waiting to be used, this will stop. That will stop that skill from activating. So this skill is, it's really, really valuable to you. 100% guaranteed. It's working every single time. Just like we said in the recent Living Saint video, her 8th skill as well, guaranteed to work every turn. These heroes are the meta heroes that really make the difference in the game. And Desert Storm is the meta back row Footman hero for me. You're going to want him. You really, really are going to want him if you guys are coming up to Season 4. So there's quite a lot going on with his skills. And let's go straight in and have a look at a video again of him in action. And I will go. Unfortunately, I don't have Desert Storm, but one of the opponents in the battles for Heroes Duel this week, we do have a player that was using him. Yeah. Now, please note, not all his skills are maxed, but skills 2, 5, and 8 are open. So let's have a look at this battle. So round 1. We've got Desert Storm up here, and it's a combination of Peacebringer, and there you go, there's Endless Scorched Earth being activated in the first turn. And immediately you can see that these opposing troops are cursed and they're losing small amounts of health. Now, this is quite a strong combination, Peacebringer, Datch, and Desert Storm. So we're on to turn 2. Now, this Footman's unit is up against quite a strong cavalry attack with a maxed Immortal, a maxed Beast Queen, and then a maxed Rogue. So they do have a lot of firepower. The reason the troop number's already gone down a lot is because this back row is not awakened. So he was silenced. One of these guys activated silence, so Desert Storm was silenced on that attack. And now we're into round 3. Can you see? Now you've got the Cursed and the Fire attack having an impact on the opponent's troops. And I'm just going to speed this up a bit until we get to skill 5. And you'll see each time this Sandstorm skill is activating, and it's doing a little bit of damage to the opponent as well. And as you'll constantly see now, you've got the Cursed and the Fire attack doing the damage. Sandstorm again. And now we're into round 5. And you'll see that there's an additional... Now, it doesn't say poisoned, but it will... So you've got... There you go. Cursed, Fire attack, and then another minus 106 there. That was the poison element that has just been activated. For some reason, the game doesn't say the word poisoned. Don't know why. But you'll see that Cursed, Fire attack, and then this additional loss is going to constantly come up now for these opponents' troops. And there we go. If you saw there, Mobilized Troop has now activated for Desert Storm. So that starts from from turn 5, and that is recovering some of the troops that have been killed or injured in that turn. So again, turn 6, mobilised troop. So the front row and the back row had units recovered there. And that's making a big difference because on this back row, these troops, he doesn't have, as I say, he's not awakened. So they don't have a max troop count on the back. And that's why they're already so low and in danger. But because these troops are getting recovered each turn, that row is not collapsing. And you're not losing the hero from the battle. So having these healers in your legions it can be absolutely key. That's why a lot of the meta heroes are healing. There you go again. You know, he's healing around 4,500 troops each turn. It makes a big difference. And now we're on to the last turn. So as you can see, still again cursed, fire attack, and the poison having an effect. You know, as a footman hero, he's not going to be a killer hero. They are more they've got a more defensive element, but so many of his skills are guaranteed. They've got so many different elements to them, and being able, that channeling skill, being able to stop your opponent actually activating their prep skills. It's a unique skill that only he has, along with the poisoning. So Desert Storm really is a very, very good hero. Who are you going to want to use him with? Well, Bleeding, you can use him with Bleeding Steed and Skander. I would say that is the absolute meta combination for footmen. So you'd have Bleeding Steed and then Skander in your front 2 rows, and then Desert Storm on the back. Pretty much, you can use him as... Yeah, I mean, you want to use him, basically. If you've got him, you want to use him. For those of you that are early in the game, maybe just coming into S4, even though you do get SX heroes now, you know, the most common strong combination at that point was Soaring Hawk on the front row, then Bleeding Steed in the middle row, Desert Storm on the back row. That was certainly the strongest combination when we were there. It's not ideal you wouldn't really want to have him, and well, I think you could have him and potentially Valkyrie in the middle. That would be very, and then a Bleeding Steed at the front again. If you didn't have Skander, another SX hero, that would be a very good combination as well. So depending on what you've got, if you've got Bleeding Steed already from S3, then you absolutely want to try and get Desert Storm, and then at SX you want to get Skander. That would be my advice to you guys. So that is Desert Storm, an absolute meta hero that you definitely want to get, guys. When you get to S4, you want to be trying to get him on that seasonal recruitment banner. All right. That's everything for him today. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed the content. If you have any questions about Desert Storm or anything else in general, please pop it in the comment section below. If you haven't already, I really appreciate it if you would click on that subscribe, ring the bell, and of course share my channel in your alliance chats, province chats, guilds chats, and on WhatsApp, Discord, Line, whatever you use to communicate with the alliance members, guild members in your team. That would be great, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you soon.